Hi everybody, welcome back to the third part of the No Secret series, where I am explaining how I make a techno track from scratch to the release. So in this part we will make the pre-drop going towards the break and building up to the drop. So we had until now 1 minute and 45 seconds. So we had the intro, we had the part where some instruments were coming in, and now we are going to work towards the break and the pre-drop. So let's dive in it. So now we have this part. We're gonna copy the first parts, so this one, and with that one we are going again to copy it 2 times, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we can build it so that here we will have the break, and a little bit further we will have the drop. Okay, so let's listen to that last part, and so the transition. Okay, so this one I don't need for the moment, and I feel that here we need to put some instruments that want to make us dance, want to make us move, to put some tempo in it. So I think I'm gonna try something with a zap. Okay, so now we have the zap, and we're gonna put some arpeggiator in it so we can make it some move and make it match with the bass line. So I take the MIDI effects, the arpeggiator, I put him on 1/16. I put the gate a little bit down. You hear that's really nice. So what we'll draw here is an empty MIDI clip again. I drew a note. I put a arpeggiator on it. Now I'm gonna pump it again. Always use the pumper. Again, I rename it. Maybe I need to tweak it a little bit because I think it's too present. Like this. I put my zap together with my bass because when I'm going to mix it, I'm going to put these two together. Now I think I need to introduce another clap, but some more powerful clap than the previous one, but we're gonna combine these two. Okay, so I just took the notes from the other clap, and first of all I will check if the key matches with the track. This one is in B, so maybe I put it 1 up just to be a little bit sharper and to make a difference with the other clap. To make this clap a little bit more powerful, I will add a drum bus. We'll have to trim it, a little bit of transient. Okay, I think that looks nice. Okay, so now I recorded the clap, and I'm going to add some or to delete some. Okay, I think this pattern is nice. So I put these together with the rest of the claps. Now we're gonna see when the claps are overlapping. So if this clap is here, I don't need this one, I don't need this one. So these claps are in another pattern, so that's okay. This one also, and this one also. Again with the Hoffa, I put a little bit of the peak down so that it's not so cutting through. Okay, now a really important thing, you can do it later in the mix, but if you can do it here, it's also nice. When I look at my clap, I will see, because I increased the transient, that probably I will have a big peak. That peak will bring me in trouble later on when I want to push my mix. Okay, and for that I need to take the wave observer. You see this peak here, I could cut it off with a clipper. So I'm going to use a clipper for this. See, you almost can't hear the difference, but it makes a difference when you're going to push your mix, because look at the wave observer now. Probably I will have some instruments that give some high peaks, and I will need to take care of them a little bit later. You see these peaks here, this here, this here. And like I said, I never use compressors in my production stage, only to sidechain if needed, and on my vocals. I use sometimes a compressor in the mix when I see that the volume difference is too big, but I try to work everything with EQ. I think it's the best tool, because compressor can mess up so quickly your whole track. So that's my way to work, but everybody's free to do whatever they think works best for them. There where my reverb clap is playing, I don't need another clap, so the two other claps on the same place here, I think this one can be deactivated. Oh, this one is together also, so I don't need this one either. I think it was more powerful with this clap, but maybe I will try with this one. Yeah. Now I'm going to use the pad in the background again with a small melody that will announce also a melody that will be more in front, so that it starts to be a little bit more melodic and a little bit less only drums. I recorded the pad, I made two different parts, a little bit variation in here, in a higher note. And now I'm going to automate it, because I think my pad is too sharp. I automated a little bit the cutoff filter so that it goes down here and it creates again some tension here. Then I think it's also nice to use the vocal, or the effect of the vocal, as an instrument, because it's kind of groovy. So I take this part and then I will use it as an instrument again to make the groove a little bit more groovy again. So like this. This part can also be useful here. This one here. Again, I will consolidate this. I used this part and I made a groove of it, and I will copy it again. So until the end here, it may be here. I will use it like in the same principle as we used the hi-hat, like a drum roll. And this clap, this reverb clap, I will cut it, and I just need one here. And then I will use the same effect here that I will reverse. And in the reverse part, I will deactivate the pumper. I will also change the pattern of the ride here. No, this one is a little bit too late. Now I change the pattern of the ride, so I'm gonna give it again another color. And I feel this part here, the last part, in the closed hi-hat needs also to add some changes, like this. Okay, so I copy this for the closed hi-hat because it gives another dimension again, and then I give it again another color. Now the only thing rest me to do is to make a small adjustment to my open hi-hat, and then you will see that the groove is really moving faster than it does in the previous part. Okay, that's it. Again another color, light blue. And this one I copy the whole way. So listen to the change of pattern in the drums and the grooves that drags you towards the break.
Silence is just another frequency.
It really accelerates the track towards the break. Okay, before we come to the break, I need to introduce the last instrument, and that will be a stab. I have a preset that I made myself in Wavetable, so you can just copy these settings. So if you take a screenshot and you copy the settings here, you have the similar sounds. and it's sounding like this. Okay, so now I will try to play a melody, to jam it and to record it, and then I will play a little bit with the notes so that I have a groove, and then we'll see what we become. Okay, something like this. Now let's take a look at the notes. Okay, I drew some extra notes. Now I think I've got it. So I'll copy it over, and then I will use a filter, I think, just to introduce that sound. So again, automation of the filter. Cool. Now the last thing I will do before we go over to the break is maybe part of the vocal. I copy it here, and then I delete the kick. Okay, perfect. Now again I will copy this part, two times. This is the break, so at this point we have no kick, no bass, no zap. Okay, I will again play with the cutoff filter of my step, because my step now will disappear to come back later in the drop, maybe, or maybe not. So let's see what I do with that. Okay, this clap announces a silence. So this one disappears completely. This one disappears also completely. So, and we had somewhere an effect, I think this one. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of the break. Okay, here we will automate also our drums in volume. So the open hi-hat, it has to disappear completely here. our rides, they will change pattern, I think. So what I think I will do with the rides is just again this one, but then a little bit different. Like this. Oh no, it's just the other way. I think it's like this. Let's see what it does when I do this. Yeah, that sounds cool. Maybe the zap can be here, like. I'll try this. Here there's one ride too much because I heard the reverb clap already here. So this one, where the reverb clap starts, everything disappears. Okay. And maybe we can again use the rees here in the same way that we used it here. So I can copy this one. Okay, but it needs to go until here. And then again I will use my vocal effect from the beginning that I put here. This one needs to be here at last, and then I continue this one until here because it gives some kind of bass, you see. And now I need to have a bell or something that continue into the silent part. So I'll look at a good sound like maybe this. Maybe. So let's try it. We will record. So it sounds a little bit mechanical again, so I will need to do something about that. So again I will do 132, I fold it. That's better. I copy it again. Here again with a filter, it's always the same principle coming in. You bring in your melody, you bring in your instrument, you find a way to introduce it and then to blend into the mix. And most of the time I do it with a filter or with a sound, a distortion sound before, or just be creative. Okay, that sounds really cool, I think. Now I need also a big distortion sound to close the instruments and to announce the silence, and I think I know exactly what sound that I need. Where is it here? I think this one. No, sorry, this one. Yeah. Okay. The sound can be a little bit more pronounced. Cool. And that's also an effects. Also in that last part I will use a little bit of texture just to melt it down until we are completely silent. So we are almost there for the drop. I feel as something missing, and I got something in my head, like I need a ticking clock sound or something like that. So I will look for a sample. So here I found a sample of a ticking clock. Let's see how it sounds. Yeah, pretty cool. So clock, and now I need a vocal just before the drop. The drop starts here, and the words were silence is just another frequency. So now I would like to have a female vocal who says something like, can you feel it, or can you hear it? Can you hear it, maybe? Okay, I will record that. That's what I recorded. Can you hear it? Now I'm trying to find a female vocal, and I will use the Sound ID voice AI to make a female vocal of my own vocal. We'll try Rebecca.
Can you hear it?
Whoa. That sounds shitty. Maybe Mia will do. So.
Can you hear it?
Sounds a little bit robotic, so I will have to clean that up. So the th is a little bit too loud.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yeah, better.
Can you hear it?
Now a little bit of EQ.
Can you hear it? 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 Can you hear it?
Okay, now again in the wormhole, I think there's something with female demons that I will try on this vocal, and let's hope it sounds like I have it in my head. Voices, something like demon group of demons. Here it is.
Can you hear it?
Now I'm not totally satisfied with that vocal, but for the moment it will do, so I can continue building my track, and later on I can maybe try to focus more on a cleaner vocal or maybe something else. The last thing I did before I end up this episode, I put the vocal in here, so let's listen to the break.
Silence is just another frequency.
Can you hear it?
And there starts the drop. That will be for the next episode. Okay, the last thing I will do before I close this episode is, now that I have vocals, I can have a name for the track, and I can save it in another folder than in my template. So I always use the folder with the name of the track, and then in that folder you will have the project. There is a folder with this for the stems, so I will prepare that now. I will name this track Silence is Just Another Frequency. So I made a folder for the stems that will be for the mix down. So now I will save the Ableton project in this folder. So, and what I need to do, because all my files are in the standard template, so now I will go to Ableton and then I will do collect and save everything. So I'm sure all the files are in here in my project. And now I can clear my standard template again. So if I open the start template, you will see the exactly same project. And then what I do, I delete everything. I copy. So I have a new start template to start a new track after this one. And then I can continue working in the project file itself. And so if I do that like this, I always have a clean library of projects. If a project is taking longer than 2 or 3 days to work on, I just delete it and I start over. So I'm always working in my start template until I have a name, then I make a file. And I save the project in that file and I continue working on that, so I have always a clean computer. So thank you for watching. I hope this was useful for you, and in the next episode we will work on the drop. Thank you and bye bye.